One of the most divisive issues when it comes to immigration is the idea of building a wall along our entire border with Mexico. Hundreds of miles of fence have already been built with a price tag at some $7 billion. But as the race for 2016 heats up, we're hearing more and more voices suggesting that if they find themselves in the Oval Office, the bigger wall is going to be exactly what voters get.
We know how to do that, and we've done it in some parts of the border and not enough parts of the border because people are still coming in. It requires more fencing and more building a wall.
Yes, we need to build a wall, and yes, we need more boots on the ground, and yes, you need technology and sensors, and yes, you need heat flare technology in the helicopters.
Earlier in the year, I was on Fox News Sunday and laid out what I thought we should do, which is secure the border, which means build the wall, have the technology, have the personnel to make sure it's safe and secure.
First of all, we ought to finish the fence. And even if special interests don't want it done, we should get it done.
Well, no, I mean, we build the fence where it needs to be built.
I will build the greatest wall that you've ever seen. I'm talking about a wall. See that ceiling up there? Higher.
He's not too muted. Rich Lowry is a National Review editor and Fox News contributor. Great to see you tonight, Rich.
Hi there.
All right, so we heard from him a little bit earlier tonight, the same kind of thing. And he said, China did it 2,000 years ago. What's the big deal? And he says it's not going to be a fence. It's going to be a gigantic, very thick, high wall. And he's going to make Mexico pay for it.
Right. A big, beautiful wall that Mexico will pay for.
The most beautiful wall we've ever seen.
Absolutely. Look, we definitely need more structure on the border. A lot of the fencing that already exists there is just vehicle fencing that is not meant to stop people.
Humans.
A lot of it isn't double fencing, which you would want. But it doesn't make a lot of sense to spend billions of dollars to build a Great Wall of China literally in the middle of nowhere. And if you really want to get more bang for the buck in immigration enforcement, we need the political will to actually enforce the laws that we have now. You know, in the Central American border surge, a lot of these people coming over voluntarily surrendered to a border patrol agent. So it wasn't a matter that they were getting stopped or not stopped by a fence. They were seeking out Border Patrol agents because they knew that they had to be waived into the country to show up for hearings at some future dates, and most of them don't show up. And all the time, ICE is coming across illegal immigrants in jails and doesn't do anything about it. So that's really where the interior enforcement is where I think we should focus more. It's very easy for everyone to say, oh, the border, the fence, the fence.
Yeah, and Chris Christie, obviously governor of New Jersey, one of the 2016 contenders, has said, be wary of any presidential contender who tells you we're just going to build a wall across the whole border. He says it's just not feasible. It's not going to work. It's a good soundbite, but it's not good policy. Others, Senator Marco Rubio from Florida, also running for 2016, has said, let's look at the visa overstay problem because 4 of 10 who are here illegally got in by not coming across a wall or an unfenced border or an open patch, but by coming here legal on a visa, and then there's no entry-exit tracking, and they don't leave.
Right, exactly. So even if you do have the Great Wall of China and it completely works and totally seals our southern border, you're still going to have about half the population of illegal immigrants coming in through these visa overstays. And ultimately, the magnet is jobs. And that's why you need an E-Verify system to choke off illegal immigration at the point of employment. And if you actually do that, then it doesn't really matter what you have at the border or don't have the border. That's going to really, that ends the real magnet for
Why
people.
do you think we don't have more states that are mandating that? It's something we hear people talk about all the time, and it sounds to a lot of people like a common sense thing. If employers are getting punished for luring these people over and taking advantage of them in labor situations, but there are only a handful of states that require E-Verify, why aren't more of them requiring it?
You look at the polling, and it's really popular to crack down on employers who employ illegal immigrants. But look, employers are very powerful. The Chamber of Commerce is very powerful. They don't want to deal with this. They consider it undue regulation, and a lot of small businesses, they like the cheap labor. That's the dirty little secret here.
Well, and on this issue, this is one where Jeb Bush has gone after Trump, saying he's not really a conservative. If you were, you wouldn't mandate spending these billions of dollars the government doesn't have to put up this wall that is not necessarily going to work because it's going to cost money the country doesn't have.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's unconservative to talk about building a wall. I think it's imprudent, and it's at least on the scale that Trump is talking about. And the more important issues to consider and enforcement are not quite so simplistic and have to do more with interior enforcement.
Yeah, and looking at that visa problem, which doesn't involve the wall at all, a good place to start. Good to see you tonight, Rich. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks very much.
All right, while it has rarely been in the news anymore, we are continuing to see tens of thousands of immigrants entering this country illegally, many of them children. So what happens to them after they get here? How much does it cost the taxpayers? How is the Obama administration handling the influx? It hasn't stopped. We're going to investigate what's happening when we return.
Come here illegally, unless you qualify for some form of humanitarian relief, we will send you back.